I don't know, but it was really good. It reminds me a lot of Once Upon a Time. So.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
So good. Yeah, I'm totally in love with that comic book series. So I played Murdered Soul Suspect, and I don't know if anyone knows that. It was released at E3. It was like a...
The only thing I know of that game is that nobody likes it.
No, it was
Really?
awful. It was
and
awful.
it looked really good,
Yeah.
though.
And you know what was really bad about it? It's a new IP, and it's like one of the genres that I hope gets developed in the future. Murdered detective solves his own murder.
Yeah.
And there's like two things that I want to happen in gaming world. I want more of those games, and I want finally somebody please make a space trucker game, because
Space trucker.
there's no space trucker game. So get on that, E3. But that's what I played. I played some Mortal Kombat 3, a lot of Mortal Kombat 3.
Mortal Kombat 3 or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3?
Ultimate Mortal Kombat.
There
3.
you go.
Thank you.
There is a difference.
The
and it matters.
distinctions.
So that's what we played. Please, everyone out there in the internet world, tell us what you played on our Twitter at LevelBosses or our Facebook LevelBosses Facebook. We do both. You know, we don't care. Twitter and Facebook.
We don't discriminate.
No, we don't. So, okay, guys. E3. E3 is so huge. There's so
E3.
many things to talk about. So we're each going to... So I guess I can take the first bit. The one thing that I was super excited about was Mortal Kombat.
Of course.
Mortal Kombat X. It looks so good.
I love the way it shattered at the
Yeah.
on the trailer. Just
Are we
Yeah.
really calling it
X.
Mortal Kombat X?
I call it
point?
MKX.
I'm gonna call it Mortal Kombat X because I'm kind of at the tail end of the Generation X, and I kind of like anything with an X on it.
There you go.
So why don't you just call it MKX?
Because I don't like to, shorten
Abbreviate?
things.
Okay.
I'm not an abbreviator. I
Really?
don't love it like
But
that.
acronyms are so much fun.
So, what's got me excited about this is that they took everything that I loved about Injustice, all the environmental things, and they brought it to like the Mortal Kombat world with the brutality of Mortal Kombat. So it looks, it looks so great, and we got the first look at a few new characters. Casey Cage.
Casey Cage.
Was it Casey or Cassie?
Cassie Cage.
Cassie Cage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain.
Okay, Cassie Cage is Johnny Cage's daughter with Sonya Blade.
I'm gonna go and shield you guys from the debris as my head explodes.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So we got her. We saw, of course, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, because they're Mortal Kombat. You can't have a Mortal Kombat without them.
They are the face.
We got this a bug lady named Devora that looks pretty awesome. She's just a bug lady.
Creepy.
Creepy.
Creepy. Oh my goodness.
And my favorite character that I saw, that I'm not going to use, but it's my favorite looking character, is Farrah Tor. It's like a big guy. It's Master Blaster from the Thunderdome, and no one in this room knows what I'm talking about.
No idea.
But,
We are all shaking our heads at him.
but
right
everybody out there, Mad Max, the Thunderdome, Master Blaster is now in Mortal Kombat, and I'm super excited because Master Blaster is in a game. Oh, it's so exciting! It's so exciting. So, anyways, the fatalities look amazing. It just looks like a good. Well-rounded fighting game.
They brought back X-ray attacks.
Oh, X-ray attacks look just as brutal.
Did they bring back X-ray attacks?
Yeah.
Really?
But no, it's actually different. You don't use up your whole power bar this time. So they're more strategic. So it's not as a big a risk. Oh, and also before I go, one thing: each character has 3 move sets that you can pick from. So either you want to be more brutal, or you want to be faster, or have more projectiles. That's what you got. So that's what I got for Mortal Kombat. I could talk about it a lot. Please hit us up on Twitter what you think about it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Master Chief. He's probably my favorite fictional sci-fi character. I mean,
What is his full name and rank, sir?
It's John. I don't know his last name. I know it's John, and he should be
Master Chief
E7?
Petty Officer John 117.
Okay.
Of course
yeah,
you
see,
would.
Yeah.
I would know.
Yeah.
We should have known
We
because
read
we
the
were reading the
books.
books.
We read the books. We read 2 books, something like
I
that.
think we're on first drive.
I don't know. But Master Chief, he is coming back in full force. Phil Spencer, because at E3 they're making this news. They're like Master Chief Collection. You're like, okay, that's cool. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna release Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo 4 in the same exact package.
Yeah.
And it gets better than that, because some people like want to play Halo 1 with Halo 1 physics. You know, you take 2 warthogs, ram them into each other, and they just like bounce in crazy ways.
Halo 1 was awesome that way.
So what they're doing is they're taking the multiplayer, and if you get put on a Halo 1 map, you play with Halo 1 graphics and Halo 1 physics.
Oh, that's awesome.
Halo 1, you can't dual wield. Halo 2, you can dual wield.
So rocket jumps in Halo 1.
Right, Halo 3 has,
Yeah.
so they're keeping the graphics, they're keeping the physics, and I was just like, holy crap, this is so phenomenal. They're releasing, this gets better. For gamer score crazies out there, which I'm not entirely, but the only, this is a side note, the only game I've completed 1,000% or 100% was Call of Duty.
1000%.
Yeah, and
Maybe you
that
can stop at Call
that
of
was a
Duty.
It's
tough,
possible.
that
I'm
was a
doing
rough
the math
week.
right now.
Good.
So the whole game, you can pre-order it right now. I know I saw it on Amazon. I'm sure you can get it on some other mediums, but $60 for all 4 games and 4,000 brand new gamer point or achievement points.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and Halo 2 is getting the remastered edition. What they did with Halo 1, you can now toggle back and forth between like Halo 2 graphics, which, I mean, let's be honest, Halo was not ever really known for cutting edge graphics back in this time. And it was revolutionary at the time, and so it was just, it's cool to be like, hey, 10 years since Halo 2, let's remaster it, and 343 is just like
Awesome.
really stepping up for that.
That's really great.
November 11th
November
is
11th.
the release date.
Nice,
Yes.
I'm
How
really
many days before your birthday?
4 days before my birthday and a week after the new Call of Duty. So
3 days before my birthday.
Microsoft's just like, Call of Duty, we could
Are
not
we all
care less
November
about
babies
you.
right here?
Are we all November babies?
Oh, November babies.
Yep.
Right here.
Oh, what up?
November. Oh
Yeah,
man, I'm the
November
only
8th
June.
I'm here.
I'm the only June kid.
Get
I
out
know
now.
that's tomorrow's my birthday, dude. Things.
Don't lie to me.
Tomorrow's your birthday?
It is. It really is.
Happy birthday.
So anyone out
No,
there?
we have no time for
I'm
that.
sorry.
Go
We
ahead,
are on
go.
a schedule. I am done. I'll hand it over.
Stepping into the big red circle, Nintendo continues its trend of friendship-destroying party games with Splatoon. I'm so looking forward to this based on what I've seen so far. We've got an 8-player 4v4 third-person shooter, the main objective of which is controlling these characters called Inklings to control as much territory as possible by covering it with ink.
I'm in right
Okay,
now.
Now, do you shoot other players, or is it just shooting the walls
It's just
and stuff?
shooting the walls and stuff. Now this
Awesome.
this is what we're not killing each other today. This is Nintendo.
Causing a mess.
This is like straight Nintendo. So the really cool thing is the Inklings have the ability to change from humans into squids.
I've always wanted to be a squid.
I'm sure we all have at some point. As a human, you expand your territory by spraying ink, and then as in your squid form, you can use to move fast through the ink by swimming. And you can use that in a variety of tactics because your gamepad is going to display your map. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but you have the ability to go from one point to another friendly territory as long as it's occupied by a friendly.
That's
so you can
awesome.
you can use your squid form in a variety of tactics.
And it looks super fast-paced.
It does.
Like, as
That's
soon as
really
you get go, you just ink everywhere. It was... I loved it.
That's really fun. That looks really fun, and you don't kill anyone. That's
You don't.
You can blow them up.
From what I've seen so far, you don't kill anyone. I didn't see
Yeah, if
blowing
you shoot
anyone
them with
up.
your ink, they blow up, and then they, like, respawn, like,
Yeah,
almost
they fall
immediately.
into pieces.
So
Yeah.
it's sort of like the Lego games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they blow
exactly.
up in your ink color.
Nice.
So,
That's sick.
it's,
So
yeah.
you get to kill enemies and expand your territory simultaneously,
There you
which
go.
is good because while you move fast in your own ink, you will be incredibly sluggish if you're in enemy territory.
oh really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, because you're it's like
That's
Noticeably
really good.
slower.
it's like trudging through the mud.
Wow, that's awesome. And it Wii U.
Wii
great.
U 2015.
Great. Awesome.
Which is sort of frustrating because it's like 2014 desperately needs games.
Yeah.
And Splatoon doesn't look like that complicated of a game to release in 2014.
Right?
Especially for the Wii U, where pretty much nothing they had was like, hey, 2014, check this out.
Yeah,
Like,
but looks can deceive.
We're getting Hyrule Warriors this year, so.
really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nice. We'll
That's
get
for
more on
later.
that
Yeah.
later.
Okay, cool. Well, I want to bring up a game that I haven't actually been able to play, so excuse me, but Little Big Planet 3.
What?
I love puzzle games. Portal, yes, that was my, high five right here. So I don't know really what happened with Little Big Planet in my lifetime. I do recall watching my brother play. I don't know why I ever played, but this E3 rekindled that wanted me of like, this is a friggin' puzzle game. And then they introduced new characters into the game. You know, there was this like little dog sock puppet thing. Swoop was a little bird, and then there was this larger one. I wish I remembered all their names. But so it just adds a
There was
depth.
Swoop, Toggle,
Odd
Sock,
and who was the fourth one?
Sackboy.
Oh, well, yeah, he
Sackboy.
was the one. Okay.
But that's all 4, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and it's just what I appreciated about that is they each gave their own dimension to the puzzles that now with these new characters, you know, the puzzles can get even more intricate. Because you have like Swoop can carry others, he can fly around certain obstacles and what have you.
Right.
Toggle could grow larger, smaller, and then Odd Sock could wall jump. So
Yeah, I saw the preview at the PlayStation press conference.
Yeah.
And I played a little bit of Little Big Planet. A little bit. Yeah, see what I did there? So anyways, no. But no, it looks awesome. I dig the graphic style. It all looks handmade.
oh my
Like
gosh,
it was just
the
kind of.
textures get me every
Yeah.
time.
It was so funny watching her reaction because they show
don't.
Sackboy and she's like, oh, look at him, he's smiling, and then they show Odd Sock. She's like, it's a dog, and then Swoop. She went nuts
I
over
love
Swoop.
I don't know. There's just something about it. So I'm pretty excited. I mean, I have here that's another November. I don't know.
Pretty sure that's coming out in November for PS4 specifically.
Yeah,
That's always been
which-
a Sony game.
Yeah, which I totally wanted a PS4, but you know, I'm married to this dude, you know, that he has friends that are in the Xbox world. So guess what I'm stuck with? Yep.
You'll survive. You'll be
Yeah,
alright.
somehow. We'll
Eventually it'll.
see. But
So if you're
I'm-
listening,
Ouch.
Sony, if you want to save a marriage, Sony, please
Send me
send
a
a PS4.
But after watching E3, the Wii U has really caught my attention.
Nintendo's stepping its game up.
Yeah, because
They have
Finally.
to.
well, I
Yeah.
mean, Devin was kind of saying like, there's not much going on with it, blah blah blah. But then all of a sudden, all these great games come out, and especially I'm a big co-op person. Like, I have a lot of people. Like, I don't play games alone. I'm not that type of person. I want to play games with other people. I want to have people over. We can play games, and so it's like these new gen games. I'm not able to do that. The Wii U, lots of
Spoiler alert for a
possibilities.
later conversation.
Exactly.
Level Bosses Splatoon show?
Heck yes.
Is this
Right
happening?
here,
What
right
up?
here.
What up? What up? High fives everywhere.
Air five
Everyone
today.
gave a high five. Boop.
Oh, okay, you can have
Caught
one.
it.
We'll
There you
Bluetooth
go.
it to the listeners and just say, hey, check us out. I mean, the only problem I have with the Wii is the online system or the Wii U. It's just super convoluted and everything.
Agreed.
All right. Well, so that's just a taste of some of the news that's coming out of E3. Please stay with us. We're going to hit you back with more hard-hitting news, action. Stay with us. We are Level Bosses.
LevelBosses.
Good job, guys. That's awesome.
That went really well.
Little Big Planet. Oh, okay, yeah. Hashtag Little Big Planet.
The Facebook page is actually getting attention.
Okay, perfect. Is it?
A little bit.
That's awesome. Yeah, somebody say heck yes. Somebody's
What's that?
talking about Mortal Kombat on the Facebook page.
Oh yeah? Are they talking about what is
So
it?
you should answer it.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Give her a shout out when we get back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Morgan's job.
Or Morgan.
Well, but I don't know anything about Mortal Kombat, so he'd be more passionate about it than I could.
Cool. Awesome. Luna?
Luna.
Luna.
My mom just texted me, I know Mad Max.
Yeah, awesome.
It was really
With Mel Gibson and Tina Turner.
Yeah.
What was really
Tina Turner was the big bad guy.
Tina Turner was the bad guy?
Yes, she ruled the Thunderdome. And she's like, all right, hero. And then she threw him into the Thunderdome to fight.
what about Sony Tech are we talking
What
about?
song are we playing right now?
In the waiting line.
Oh, that's coming in? Okay.
07.
We're going to talk about, we can talk about the...
I'm just playing them in order.
Did they all load up then?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, except for one Game of Thrones or one 8-bit song, which we're just gonna. Sony Tech. Are we talking about Morpheus and PlayStation Now?
Yeah, let's talk about PlayStation Now a little bit more, because they didn't really talk about Morpheus.
We can talk about how they didn't talk about Morpheus.
Yeah,
I mean,
but we can talk about PlayStation
Why don't you
Now.
steal his tall one so you can sit for the
I'm gonna stand for.
Does it look like I can? You said you were going to stand?
I'm gonna stand during the show.
We'll
I'll
take
stand.
Devin's and so that we
There you
can
go.
go over.
Oh, God. Go for it.
Feel my water. Come on, baby.
I thought Nintendo really, like, they just came out swinging. Like they knew they had to impress.
Oh, and so the camera's over
Like-
here now, so if we ever want to, like, look at them.
And like me, I'm a Nintendo, I'm a die-hard Nintendo fan, so I'm gonna buy the new system regardless. But the Wii U had a really weak start.
Yeah, it still has a long battle ahead of it.
Yeah, I'll be
You know,
the
Splatoon
first.
is not going to sell consoles. I don't even think Zelda at this point is going to
I
sell
think it will.
consoles.
I think it will.
Actually,
I
I,
think
want to buy.
Yeah.
I think it was a very strategic move to sell Smash Brothers first
Oh, absolutely.
because
Oh, that's going to sell like so many, especially with the new GameCube
yeah.
controllers.
Well, yeah, and
With all
even
the-
Devin was like,
and the new
I would
characters.
buy Wii U just for Smash, and then they come out with all these other games like.
yeah.
Okay.
And they're all co-op. Smash Brothers, or Hyrule Warriors, Splatoon, like
And Mario Kart.
Yeah,
We're
Mario
not even
Kart.
talking about Mario Kart because I played so much Mario Kart. That
Mario
it's a
Kart 8
little addictive.
has had a really good release so far.
Yeah.
I played a bit of it. I like it.
I played so much of the Wii Mario Kart Wii. I had to put it away, dude. I was like, man, I'm getting addicted to this. Like I said, I have one of the top 10 times on a few of the worldwide on a few of the tracks. Dude, I love Mario Kart. That would be the reason I buy the Wii.
Do we want to come back at exactly 21?
Yeah, we
I'll
can
just
do
fade
that.
out the music. We have 20 seconds.
Okay.
Let's get ready to.
Sony Tech, we're talking about Morpheus and PlayStation Now.
Yeah, we can just
Hold on.
talk about those two.
PlayStation Now, do we know if it costs anything additional?
Yes, it's going to be a subscription.
Okay, it is on top of the $5,
Yeah.
so we should have mentioned that as well. We are coming back at 9, 8,
They want
7.
Sony wants your money,
6, 5, 4. I'll give you the symbol. 3, 2, 1.
All right, nerds, get ready. Give me your lunch money. No, I'm just kidding. We're back. Level Bosses is back. All right, guys. So if you're just tuning in, everybody just threw their lunch money at me. It was
How
just-
did those coins feel in your face?
people. I don't carry cash.
so so if you're just tuning in, we have our E3 Spectacular going on. We're giving you all the news that we care about and that everybody else cares about, hopefully, because you're
Hopefully,
listening
we're
to the
done.
show.
Every single person in the world should care about
This
the
is-
news we talk about.
Exactly. So,
Okay.
and when we went to break, we got a awesome Facebook post from
Luna.
Luna. Yes, I agree. That Mortal Kombat does look awesome. So thank you so much. Please hit us up, Facebook and Twitter. Twitter at LevelBosses. Facebook, just LevelBosses. So,
Facebook
so we're back. So let's talk a little bit about Sony. Sony.
Must we?
We must,
We
because
must.
Sony's awesome.
As we're on break, we find out that Brendon King is the Nintendo fanatic, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about Sony." So
And
screw
blames the
you.
PS2 for the death of the Dreamcast.
Oh.
Oh yeah, no. I think the death of yeah. Okay, so anyways, yeah, let's talk a little bit about Sony. They talked a little bit about. Well, they mentioned their Morpheus.
Very briefly.
They're like,
That's
"Oh yeah,
sort of-
Morpheus, it's still a thing," and PlayStation Now. Like that
Yeah.
was like,
So
Yeah.
you know,
I'm assuming
This-
we're not talking about the Matrix character.
no. Morpheus, for everybody who doesn't know, is PlayStation's Oculus Rift. It's going to work with the PlayStation 4. You put it on, and you can, I don't know, like have a VR thing that we all wanted back with the Nintendo
But virtual reality works so
VR.
successfully in the past.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I don't think this.
Har.
I don't know, man. I'm not excited about it. I think it's going to be another thing that everybody buys and they're like, oh, dude, it's so cool. And they're going to use and they're going to throw up because they're going to get motion sickness. They're like, no, I'm not going to use this
Yeah.
anymore. And then it's going to.
That was the biggest complaint that they were sitting there. I guess some people had been testing it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
They were sitting there talking about like motion sickness, number one thing.
Everyone at Nintendo was pointing and laughing, saying, "Ha ha! Remember the Virtual Boy? Remember
Yeah.
that flop? Yeah, go ahead and try that again."
It's okay. We still got the Power Glove.
Oh, man.
Yes, and Rob.
Yeah,
So
Rob.
the thing, like what Morgan was saying, is so many people are complaining, and there's no. I don't think there's a real cure to it. Is motion sickness, because when you are playing in the first person, if I was to put my hands out in front of me, I am now in the first person, I'll move my head, but my arms don't move with me, and it becomes very disorienting, and you're running in a different direction than you're looking, and then
Wait, your arms
it's
don't
like
move?
trying to drive a tank, because it's like
Oh, that's how I move all the
That's-
time. My
yeah,
arms
yeah.
don't move independently from my head.
right.
No,
Clearly, you're
my-
just not used to driving a tank.
No,
Just
I mean,
talking
I
about it
understand.
makes me dizzy.
Totally understand. And that brings me to a quick point. Was virtual reality really made for us gamers now or for future gamers?
I don't know. I think it's now. I am excited about it
Gamer
because
reception.
first Oculus Rift was like, oh, we're doing this, and then Microsoft's, screw you, we got Kinect because that's working out so well for us, and then Sony's like, no, we're gonna do this and we're gonna take it seriously, even though we're completely in the hole right now. I'm really surprised with Sony's situation that they're willing to invest so much money into something that seems like such a foreign concept to gamers right now at this moment.
Preparing the gun salute.
I'm
for when
excited,
Sony
I'm-
goes the way of Sega.
Well, yeah.
Trying to remain optimistic.
Yeah,
I
we'll see.
personally won't buy one. I just hope that it does well.
Yeah, we'll see
So-
where it goes. I mean, if any other news comes up, we'll definitely talk about it. The other bit of news, Sony Now.
Sony Now.
Anyone knows what Sony Now is?
I do.
Anyone?
I
Okay,
can talk
so
about it.
basically it's like the Netflix of video games. You find a game that you want to play, you play it streaming off the internet. This has me so excited because this is going to... I don't have to buy a game anymore. I could just subscribe to Netflix, Sony Now, Netflix.
The craziest part of news. All right.
Yeah.
The craziest part of news that I saw was they're like, okay, so check this out. You can buy a PS4 controller. You can buy a specially made Sony television, and you can stream games to the television.
You don't
Awesome.
even need the system.
That
Yeah.
was mind-boggling
Okay,
to
that's
me.
kinda cool.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
I'll give you
So,
that.
so that's and it wasn't even a PS4 controller. It was just a DualShock.
A Bluetooth enabled.
Yeah, DualShock PS3
But
controller.
it has
That's
to be compatible.
$24. That's $25. Those Bluetooth controllers.
I think the PS4 controller is
is awesome.
arguably better than the Xbox controller. So
It
I
is.
mean, like,
It is. I mean, I dig it. I like the Xbox 360. It's like kind of my favorite controller, but this PS4 controller is pretty awesome.
see, they just went all out, and PlayStation Now. In order to activate this, PlayStation Now, like you said, it works like Netflix. You do have to pay for the subscription.
Yeah.
So there is an initial investment, but it's so cool for them to be like, hey, no, we heard you, and we finally figured out a way. Technology has finally allowed us to find a way to reach all those people that don't want to drop $400 on a
Yeah.
console that they're barely going
And
to play.
then $60
exactly.
per pop
Right.
on a
'Cause
game.
On a game.
When I look at
yeah.
my friends list on Xbox One, everyone's like, Netflix. Well, your friend logged in 2 hours ago and has watched Netflix since.
Yeah.
You know, so it hits that market, which
Yeah.
is
It's really aggravating when you're playing a game and you need a wingman.
and everybody's
No,
watching
I mean,
Netflix.
Yeah.
For me, it's really awesome, and it's kind of sad because this might be the death of physical games, and I love physical
Say it
games.
not, sir.
So
I don't
this,
think so.
They're already going away, and this might put the nail in the coffin. But I'm really excited because I don't have enough money to play all the games I want to play. So
That's exciting.
that's
for
super
you.
exciting. So thank you, Sony. And this was brought to you by Sony? No, it wasn't. I wish. Send me a PlayStation, please.
Someday.
PlayStation 2. I just want a PlayStation
Say
2. Send me a PlayStation 2. All right. The next bit of news.
Yeah, No Man's Sky. So there's this huge movement. It started with Minecraft to create what they call procedurally generated environments. And what that means is if I log in to a game and I hit go, it'll randomly generate everything.
All right, so for everybody out there, it's like Minecraft.
Like Minecraft, you could technically say Diablo did it first because they did the that's
With
besides the
Diablo
point.
1?
And all our Minecraft fans just tune up.
Right. I mean, so we'll go with Minecraft because that's really what they're aspiring for. Except now, without mods, this is what this game is built around. From what we've seen at E3 in the trailers, you get in your ship, you can travel across the galaxy, and it is theoretically an infinite universe. You
Awesome.
go to different worlds, different Earths, different Mars, and all these places. You go there, collect some resources. And what they're hoping it turns into is like this pseudo-Eve environment where people are making space stations and
Sick.
there's trades and you better not go into there because that's Badland territory. And
So basically, Minecraft has been taken to space.
Sorta.
it's
With
I can't.
okay, so like Minecraft, but outer space and how big Minecraft's world was.
Yeah.
Think that
Minecraft
on-
meets the lore of Star Wars.
I was just gonna say,
Ooh.
can I design a
Oh.
space station with the power to destroy an entire planet?
That's awesome.
They
That
do have
gives me
comets.
chills.
In the trailer, they were flying and they shot the comets and it just went like asteroids, just dusted.
Yeah.
Minecraft
Uh,
plus super lasers.
Yeah.
I might be down.
I want to
I
find
think I
like a planet like Dagobah and just hang out. I'm just gonna like be that. That's all. That's
There's
gonna be my
dinosaurs
home.
in the game.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
space
I'm sorry,
dinosaurs
the
in
only
this
thing
game.
cool about
SpaceX.
Dagobah was Yoda.
And everything else. It was
That wanted to either eat you or suck you into the swamp.
But so far, No Man's Sky is looking fantastic.
Oh, it looks so great. The art style is amazing. I dig I mean, there was like huge armadas of ships
Yeah.
on screen.
Which makes me wonder, is that pre-rendered or like pre-built? Or are they hoping that people make those fleets?
I hope people make fleets. I
Yeah.
hope people like make
Yeah, that'd be
factions and they
sick.
make like we are now the Space Rangers
Uh-huh.
or
Oh,
let's
I'd
make
be
a
all over
level
it.
bosses
So cool. Makes me
faction.
so
Yeah.
You know?
Make a giant LB in the
Oh,
sky.
yeah,
This
we can
is
make
our
a level
space
bosses
station.
army.
Right. We
You're
could
welcome.
we'll duke it out with was it Rooster Teeth? Those guys.
There we go.
Yeah. So listeners, come to our space station, help us fight the
Fight Gavin.
Oh, no.
Fight
So
for us,
some
you'll be
interesting
rewarded.
news about No Man's Sky is it is coming out to PS4 exclusively, and this is what was massively confusing, and we have a little bit more to talk about this, but it's a timed exclusive. I had to do tons of research to figure this out, but No Man's Sky is on the PS4 for X amount of days or months, and then it is getting released to the Xbox One, and I'm fairly certain they're going to bring it to PC because that type of game just meshes perfectly with it.
I hope, and I know this isn't true, I hope there's crossplay between Xbox players, PC players, and PS4 players.
Never
And that would be awesome. I mean, God, why can't we have that? Why
Right.
we're all gamers. We don't hate each other because some dude bought a PlayStation and some guy bought Nintendo hates everybody, but you know.
Hey.
This is what's interesting. If I remember the conference correctly, they say it's on dedicated servers,
Yeah.
which makes me believe if it's on a dedicated server, it could be translated, and that's unlikely.
Yeah,
Some
unlikely.
crazy things. This is a group of 4 guys. I'm going to say 4, 5, 6 at the most. And they're making this game, and Jay actually told me some like insane story that they had gone through recently regarding the development of this game.
Yeah, so like they lost their game in like a flood
Oh
or
my
most of their game,
gosh.
and they
Just
had to like rebuild
gone.
it, and it was gone, and it was like a tragedy. We were like, oh man, there goes No Man's Sky.
Wow.
That's another game lost to the ether, and nope, they saved it. They somehow rebuilt it, or it came back. They came back.
That's how passionate they are about this game.
The
And-
guy looked like he was almost crying on stage. He looked like he was tearing up.
That's what the guy
Is that
he was like, it's been an insane journey getting here, and I'm like, this dude is so excited, and I
Yeah.
had no idea that they had gone through that at that
Yeah,
moment.
so like, I mean, I'm all on board. This, I don't adopt new consoles very quick, but dude, this one might get me. This looks so good, and it's an indie title, so that says a lot.
Okay.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a big title that's going to get me to really, really want a new console. It's an indie title made by 4 dudes, Ah, man, I love it. I love it. I'm going to hang out on Dagobah. Anyone wants to hang out with me?
There you go.
I'm going to make the Dagobah bar. That's what
Oh,
I'm
sick.
gonna
Party time.
It had a very I don't know how you, a very techno looking the HUD, like the display. The elements were all highlighted with like gold boxes, which is sort of weird. Like you can very tell what they're pulling. You can very easily tell what they're pulling from. But it makes me excited that they're not just pulling like a, hey, check out our Warcraft game.
Yeah,
you know, so
right.
it's like they're legitimately trying to push the boundaries as to what we understand, and it's like a social project. That's how I look at it.
Yeah,
they're releasing this game into the wild, and they're saying, okay, go.
Yeah.
And people are going to, like you said, they're going to make factions. They're going to make these clubs online, and there's going to be a Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah,
you know?
basically what they imagine the game to be is probably going to be completely different because human beings, you know.
Finally, space truckers.
Yeah,
Somebody,
space
I'm going to make a
truckers.
space trucking line. Yeah, exactly. There's this a dude who just like travels back and forth. He's like, man, I drove Dangle 500 miles. Yeah, whatever.
Role
All
playing
right,
to the next level.
So that's some more news. Please stay with us. We have tons more E3 news to get to your ear holes. That's gross. That was gross coming out. Anyways,
The news Q-tip.
hit us. Yeah. Hit us up on Facebook, LevelBosses, or at Twitter at LevelBosses.
At LevelBosses.
We'll be right back after this musical break.
Good job, team.
Yeah, No Man's Sky looks so good. It looks so good.
Like, I had
Space
seen it
Station with a
last
giant
year, and I was
LP
like,
on
oh,
it.
that's
Love it.
cool. Like, whatever. But then they showed the trailer,
So
and I
all
felt
will know.
bad for the guy. I was like, man, he must be
is our
nervous
territory.
or something. But I had no clue.
Yeah, I was so excited to see a trailer of it because I thought he was gone. I thought, like, that sucks for them. They lost, like,
Yeah.
years of their life.
Well, that happened in Toy Story 2, where somebody accidentally like deleted the file,
Yeah.
and it was somebody that had taken it home on a flash drive, which was like super illegal. Yeah, and they brought it back, and they're like, I have a copy. And they were able to salvage one of the Toy Stories based off of that person's. That's so crazy.
All right, so we're going to come back, talk about the Devin Co-op for 14 minutes, and then that will be our first hour, guys.
I think Morgan should take over for
Devin
this
Co-op.
section.
The
Definitely co-op.
Death of
couch co-op.
Okay.
Couch Co-op. Mortal Kombat's
I will
gonna
be
couch co-op.
so passionate about
Not really. It's not going to be couch co-op.
Hyrule Warriors is.
Yeah.
Mortal
I'm just
Kombat.
gonna get. I'm retiring our Xbox and I'm just gonna Wii U, pretending none of this other stuff.
Buy one for
A Wii U?
Yeah.
I'm getting a Wii U. But when does all this stuff start coming out? I'm not buying it till then.
Well, Mario Kart already came out.
Mario Kart's out.
What are
Hyrule
you
Warriors
talking about?
is.
No, I'm saying I want a few games
You
before
can't
I get
just
it.
wave off.
No, I'm not waving that
Yes,
game off.
you did.
No.
You're like
I said
The new
I don't wanna
Mario
get one
danger
game.
zone. You are in the
You're not
danger
listening
zone.
to me. Flip your chair.
Danger zone.
No.
Night moon.
No, I hate
She
it.
hates it.
It's so.
I'm not a fan either.
crunchy and retarded.
Would you say that we're in a zone of danger? What's another way of saying that?
Good night moon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I know it's a danger zone. Danger zone.
Ah, there you go. Good job.
How do we sound?
I think you're sounding good. Yeah, I think you're sounding really good, Joe.
Yay!
And these hashtag things are really helpful. It's good.
Keep doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds
'Cause
good.
It's so easy for us to do. We don't wanna. We don't need to frazzle you on it.
Yeah, because trying to do it live is like,
So
Yeah.
next week will probably
I see
be
you
a new
sometimes.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Oh look, somebody wants us to add to their contacts.
Yeah.
It's not ours.
Yeah.
It's like
her name is Dawn Nate.
it's spammers.
Wait, what is it?
Oh wait.
Yeah, you can use spammers on Skype.
Oh, yeah.
There was somebody that messaged. Was
Alright.
it you?
Oh, we have
Devin?
30 seconds.
Okay.
They were like, hey, like chatting.
I think I'm going to come back and I'm going to say, get over here. That's what I'm going to do. Oh,
You say
man.
get over here, and Morgan's like, well, now I can't because there was no more co-op in games.
Oh, there we go.
There, that's our re-intro.
I don't
He's
know
gonna
how
say
that
get
works.
over here, and you're like, well, I can't now. and then talk about it. We're going back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get over here.
Well, now I can't because there isn't co-op in games anymore.
Boom, there it is. Said it would
man.
work.
Level Bosses is back.
Morgan is coming back with a vengeance on this one.
Yes, because our next section is talking about the death of couch co-op
Dun dun dun.
in the next gen series.
Mortal Kombat's couch co-op. Anyone? I mean,
I'll take it.
Did you say Mortal Kombat?
Ice Combat is. I mushed
that a
them.
little
I'm
bit fast.
so excited. No,
And
but go ahead. I'm sorry.
guess the biggest disappointment to me was Destiny. I held out so long for that game. Even though my lovely husband continued to say, "Nope, this doesn't look like it's going to be co-op." Nope. And I'm like, "No, I will hold out for them because they did it beautifully with Halo."
Yep.
And then this afternoon, they crushed my heart.
Yeah, I forget. It was one of the developers from Bungie, but he said, we definitely want to do split screen co-op in the future for these games, but it just didn't meet the vision for what we had in mind for Destiny. And I was like, that's so dumb. You guys are the revolutionaries for co-op. It was because I like to play games with Morgan. Morgan, we play Lego. That's really the only game we have that we can play together right now. And
Yeah, well, as a newlywed couple, we're not going to go buy 2 systems, 2 TVs
Right.
to play these games. I mean,
No.
money, come on.
Yeah.
So what are we supposed to do? Am I supposed to watch him play for a little bit and then I play for a little bit? Like, that's not how I play,
You know what? One of you can put like something over your eyes, and then the
virtual
other
reality headset.
No, why don't you put something over your eyes like a blindfold, and the other person tells you, move left, move right,
There you
press
go,
A.
co-op in the
There you go.
But then
That's-
there's the trust issue.
That's
and
true co-op. That's
true co-op.
No, I understand. And it makes me think of Borderlands and how good they did couch co-op.
We just got a message on the Facebook page from Antonio saying, totally destroying anything King creates in No Man's Sky, just despite him. And to you, Antonio, I say you have made a powerful enemy because the level bosses have my back. Am I
Level
right?
boss
Bosses.
army.
All right.
Okay, so continuing on with the death of couch co-op.
Yeah, so Borderlands.
Yeah, Borderlands.
Borderlands did it so well. It's so much fun to play with your buddies for split screen couch co-op on Borderlands.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
The
And
sad-
why couldn't they do that? It's seems like the same thing. Oh, you're going to go and you're going to level up your character. You're going to get new abilities. It just looks more high fidelity
Yeah.
than Borderlands, but it's kind of Borderlands,
But Devin mentioned that it wasn't a part of their vision.
It wasn't like they want to do it in the future, but they wanted to build Destiny. And I mean, they've spent a cumulative total of over $500 million. So it's I just don't understand it because back in 2013, they posted a forum and they posted a Facebook request hey, do you guys want split screen co-op? And I searched all the way down and I might have found there was hundreds of replies and I might have found a handful of screw that's so dumb, and everyone's like, look, I want to play with my wife, I want to play with my
Oh,
significant
wow.
other, I want to play with my brother.
So they even made a forum, and the forum wanted co-op, but they
Yeah.
basically ignored
So
the...
it's
Wow.
that's really frustrating because it's you can tell Destiny looks perfect for what it is. It does look like Halo. Come on, it looks
dude,
it looks like a refurbished
But
Halo 4.
Basically, Bungie lost Halo to 343, and now they're like,
I
let's
think they
recycle that.
They just wanted to move on. And okay,
So we got something from Charlie. He says, Destiny will still have co-op, just not couch co-op for the time being. Other games use smart glass to fix this issue.
Smart glass, that was the thing I was thinking of. I remember seeing something in GameStop a while
Battlefield
but the
did
thing
that. They got that in, what is that game? Watch Dogs has that smart glass thing. But it's not split screen.
it does nothing for me. It's sure, I get to play with my buddies back home. I get to play with Charlie. I get to play with some of my other guys from back home. But it's I don't necessarily want that all the time.
But y'all are saying for the time being, so they have
They
perhaps
have.
in the
He
works.
said, it was pretty clear in that statement that he said for future games. He said
not
future
that game.
installments.
And that just makes me so mad. I cannot express to you all how bad I wanted to play this game. It was just I did the whole World of Warcraft thing. I love Star Wars. I love like all those fantasy styles. So it was like bringing all those awesome sci-fi fantasy things into this wonderful game, and I was like, Devin and I are gonna go wreck faces together. Nope.
No,
Yeah.
sorry for you.
Nope. I'm gonna either watch him or he's gonna watch me wreck faces. You
Man.
know, like it's so lame.
Time to get Borderlands.
I think the important thing.
Borderlands.
I think the
We've
important
played
thing to remember
Borderlands.
Yeah.
is that faces will get wrecked.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I mean,
Either
it's
way,
not.
somebody's
It's not
face
that
get
it's going to
wrecked.
be a bad game. It's
No.
just, man, it could have been just that much greater. Because
Yes.
it opens it. Okay, game developers, game studios. I'm talking to you right now. We're not millionaires. None of us are. Really, I'm sorry. I know we're not.
Soon enough.
So we can't buy multiple systems. We want to play with people next to us.
What
We
is,
just-
what is the mindset behind that? Why?
I can.
Because it runs at lower res. So like when you split the screen, it's not running at 60 frames per
so they were
second
just
or
wanting
whatever.
people to get
I think it's
mind
bigger
blown
than
by
that.
this.
I think it's bigger because this has been going on slowly since the Xbox 360. Like it's just, I mean, we had some great co-op games in that generation, but towards the end of it, people were like, look, like studies are showing the majority of players, the majority, like when we think about our demographics, like we were thinking, when they're thinking about their demographics, they're thinking of boys, or whatever, who are playing one game on a console. Like they're not playing with multiple people. They're single games for single consoles. So they're marketing to that. That's where they think the money is. I just don't understand. I'm like, if you have the option to include, logically, like you're blocking out so many people from buying your game.
And it seems like that this next gen, it's most everything.
I have the article right here. It's on GameSpot. It was Eric Osborne. He said ultimately you can't build a game to suit every single player out there.
You're getting rid of a huge
And
chunk of
this
them.
this is what he says verbatim. We're actually not supporting split screen in Destiny. I think that leaves no room for it to come back in the future, at least in this installment. Because he does go, we love split screen. Obviously, we have a legacy of supporting it. We know a lot of players love it. We love it, but they wanted blah blah blah, and we knew some players really like split screen. Ultimately, you can't build a game to suit every single player out there, but they're building the foundation, and they want to include it in the future.
Yeah, no, that's just them doing what they want, and I mean, us gamers will either buy their stuff and then say, yeah, no, that's cool, or we won't, and we'll say, no, that really means a lot to us, because really, honestly, to get these companies to listen to us is with our wallet. We just don't buy their stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Because Borderlands, the
I'm
prequel
up for
sequel, is coming up, and I'm pretty sure I don't even need to look up. Yes, they're gonna have a split screen.
All right, this is the final nail in the coffin in this article. I was reading it over. Though this year's Destiny will not have split screen, Osborne made it clear that Bungie is always listening to feedback, questionable, suggesting that the option could be added to a future installment.
Future installment.
Installment, which to me has always meant, hey, when our next Final Fantasy installment comes out, it's always
so
meant
Destiny 2 or something.
It's
The
very
Destiny-
obvious. They're gonna
the
make
Destiny
so
trilogy.
much money on this game.
So let's start a new hashtag. Let's start a hashtag
Couch co-op.
Couch Co-op Destiny ? Where is it? Hashtag. I don't know. I don't know how
Hash
hashtags
all the
work.
tags against
Just
it.
just be mad. Just game of
Just
rage.
be mad.
Okay, trolls. I'm talking to
punctuation
you.
marks aren't part of hashtags. So
I'm
that's
talking
problem
to
one.
y'all. You horrible internet. Put on your cap locks. Go to Bungie's Twitter and just have at it.
Antonio, I know you're out there, and I know you're a massive troll. Help us out.
So there you go.
Yeah.
And I
tweet
mean,
us, get on Facebook, tell us what hashtags you should be using.
so yeah, I like couch co-op. I played a lot of Left 4 Dead couch co-op, and
That's
that's
so much fun.
So much fun.
I got yelled at
Left
once.
for-
It was the middle of the day, and somebody came in. They're like, "Can you guys like stop yelling?" And we're like, "No."
No, see, no, that's the thing. I love Left 4 Dead. I'm with you guys, but it only what was the max you could play on one screen? 2 players.
2
Yeah,
players.
two.
Yeah.
So when I have like 5 people and we're like, oh, let's play Left 4 Dead. Who's gonna sit this one out? I'll sit it out. Okay. What? We can only play 2 at a time? What the is that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I go back to Nintendo 64. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
Perfect Dark.
The best couch co-op game ever, GoldenEye. Oh my gosh, those proximity mines, those destroy friendships.
Yep.
Like me and my buddy sat there for like 30 minutes. They're like, "No, you gotta move. No, you gotta move," because we just like mined the entire place. So, couch co-op works, and that was funny because that's like 17 years ago that I did that.
Oh my God!
And I'm
don't
still
even
talking
say
about
that. It was, wasn't it?
And I'm still talking about like playing couch co-op GoldenEye with my buddy, and so that's what we need in gaming.
You look at arguably the biggest couch co-op game ever, Smash Brothers. Like, and I know that's a different style of game, but I mean, people like when we went to Game Over Video Games, they played the original Smash Brothers, and there must have been at least 30 people show up for that event, and like it wasn't hugely marketed. It's just like, boom, there it is.
Right.
And there were more people there. They just didn't want to get into like one crowded room.
Right.
So
I annihilated all but 2 of them.
Oh, yeah, you did really well on that one.
Thank you.
I don't know. I mean, but there's something special about shooters, playing shooters together with your buddies and
Yeah.
just like either trolling them. Like I used to in Left 4 Dead, I would just play terrible to make my friends mad, But no, there's something very awesome about playing with your friends in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not saying you're somewhere else, I'm somewhere else.
I feel like more people buy games that way too. It's like, oh hey, are you gonna get Halo or are you gonna get this? And it's like, oh yeah, definitely. So now you can bring over your Xbox, and 'cause it's like even if you only have 2-player co-op, it's like people are willing to
LAN.
Yeah, just bring everything. You think back to the original Xbox days where you had cords everywhere and Mountain Dew and body odor and all this stuff.
Oh God, the body odor.
So it's
Mountain Dew.
It's sad to see this. However,
I'm actually drinking a Mountain Dew, and I hate being a stereotype.
Oh.
Not a Mountain Dew fan.
Nope.
Go ahead.
it's like
Not a
you
soda.
have all these co-op games like Evolve, and it's like they're very clearly going to be single player co-op game, if you know what I mean by that, where it's like one person per console per TV, so on and so forth. So it's like, come on, let us have fun, like I don't know. It's-
So is it this next generation that they're catering to? Where's all this? I thought
I think
gaming was social. I thought
We're
I
old.
think-
We're getting phased out.
I think that, and also it's people wanting the most high fidelity graphics, because once you split the screen into 4, you don't get 60 frames per second. You don't get the 1080p.
because
or whatever.
no good game ever came out at 30 frames per second, right?
Well, that's what a lot of people say. When I say, hey, man, you should play the original Clock Tower. Ugh, good. Polygons. You old man, go home and go home, grab your walker and go home,
I kind of think it's an experiment, being like, okay, well, are we going to do okay not making this split screen co-op? And if a company does very well without doing split screen co-op, then they're going to do that. They're just like, okay, well, we don't need split screen co-op. We're still gonna, because we're in that situation, I'm still going to buy Destiny. I'm just like,
no.
well, okay.
so that's
Okay.
that's
Let me
it.
get over
All
my
right.
anger and we'll
Sorry,
see.
Can
Destiny.
y'all not give each other these looks when I'm sitting between you? That would be lovely. Thanks.
So let us know. I mean, we've said a lot of things, asked a lot of questions. So what do you guys think? Where's all this coming from? Why is it changing all of a sudden? So hit us up at LevelBosses Twitter and LevelBosses on Facebook.
Yeah,
Let us
and
know.
just and tell us your favorite couch co-op story. I know y'all have them. I know you got them. People trolling people and
That would be a
anything.
fun
oh,
topic.
the trolling.
Yep.
So just all right. That's the end of the first hour. Please stay with us. We're going to be talking news about
More
E3.
news.
With
Lots
more
of news. This lots of news and spam. I don't know. So all right, please stay with us, guys. We are the Level Bosses. We'll be
LevelBosses.
right back.
Spam. We missed out on the
This guy.
song for this break this time too.
What's wrong?
There's not one.
We got to play all those ads.
The funky
Oh yeah,
finger?
definitely.
Oh, darn. Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't realize that.
Just
So
throw
did
something
you
in me
pick
on it.
something, or
Yeah, he put something in there.
What did you pick?
What'd you
Just-
put?
Pendulum. This is the first song that's there.
Have I used that before?
You know that artist?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think it was. You don't?
Pendulum. The Island.
Part 1.
Part 1.
The artist.
Yeah. The Island. Yeah.
No, Pendulum is the artist.
Oh, okay. I was wrong. Pendulum.
Okay.
Pendulum's the artist.
Thank you.
The Island, the
Part
song is
one.
Island, part one.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Oh man, what birthday was this? For my birthday, I had a bunch of friends over. We were all playing Halo 3. But there were so many of us. It was one team in my room and one team in the living room. So we have, each team has 3 experienced players and 1 newbie because there were 2 people who hadn't played before. So one of the newbies on the other team, I end up engaging him, and I'm just running circles around him while he tries to hit me with a shotgun, but he can never get it still long enough. And eventually, I just stop fucking around with him, and I stick him with a plasma grenade and run. So I'm just like running around in circles. Finally, just stick him and get out of there. He explodes, and through a closed door from like 2 rooms away, I hear him shouting, "Asshole!"
I almost ruined one of my friendships with Halo 2. This guy, he didn't know how to play video games as well as me, but he had it. He was like, "Hey Jay, play with me." We land 2 Xboxes together.
Right.
Like, you can play in this room and I'll play in the other one. And I was beating him, and I was tracking him, you know, and sticking him. He's like, "Where are you?" And then I just kept like, "Oh man," he kept saying the worst things to him because he was my buddy, you know.
That was the really cool thing about that I liked about the original Xbox, is that it wasn't just limited to 4 players, but you didn't have to go online. You could actually link your 2 systems
Yeah,
together.
it was very easy, actually. Just
Yeah.
with an Ethernet cable. And,
Right.
And then that's it. The landing Xboxes actually are, even the 360 is really easy too.
Mm-hmm.
They're very.
Yeah, I got a good retweet. Flat RPG. The death of hashtag couch co-op. We're getting Exing props. Spoke these words are close enough. We're getting old. They're phasing us out. Hashtag retro gaming. Hashtag
Exactly.
it's pretty
Retro gaming is a good one to do.
Yeah.
I got mentioned.
They're facing us out. We must renew. I'm out of red. Please, I know, and nobody gets it.
It's a Dallas reference too, you guys.
No, what is
It's
I was
called.
I know Logan's Run.
Oh, good.
I haven't seen it, but I know it.
We must renew.
It's worth a watch.
Yeah.
We have it. It was filmed here. Some parts of it.
The first time I played Smash Brothers, I played Kirby, had no clue what I was doing, where I was on the screen, and I won.
'Cause everybody loves Kirby.
That's awesome.
I just didn't know. I don't like, they're like, "Hey dude, you want to come play this Smash Brothers game?" And it was with a kid I didn't really like, but I was like, "Well, I don't want to be home, so sure." Go over to his house, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And they're like, "Kill Kirby!" And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "You're winning!" And I'm like, "Ah!" Just like,
God, I played so much Smash Bros. One day, my buddy, he was like,
we go to Game Over.
Yeah.
Game Over, GameStop.
yeah, one day my buddy was
By the
like,
way,
Well, I mean,
Where
we
do
have
you
it
get your?
anymore.
Where do you get your?
it's for you too. That's for you too.
Um,
Coupons for Game Over.
Are you
I picked them
serious?
up at
I don't know the name of
I picked them up at Wild West.
I don't know the name of it. It's like Generation X.
Just
Comics.
write in Wild West comments where it says receive that.
cool.
Where, what city is it? What city?
US.
Like, I don't know the area.
Oh, Bedford, yeah.
I can care less if the game is co-op. It's not split screen co-op. Like, I know Charlie, and it's like, he's the biggest fanboy of it, like Xbox.
Really?
Yeah, and it's so frustrating because he's trying to go into journalism or something like that, and he says that he tries to say he's an unbiased opinion. And I'm just like,
See,
No worries.
I was not a fanboy of anything, and then I got
Nintendo fanboy.
Well,
Die
okay.
hard.
You know what about that? I used to be a big Nintendo fanboy, though. The only thing, because I grew up with Nintendo,
Right.
and I missed so many good Sega games. And I picked up so many good Sega games. I'm like, Nintendo was lying to me. I felt lied to. I was like, what is
No,
this?
but it started when the
Destiny game that we started?
Bungie. But it started when the Genesis came out and their tagline was Sega does what Nintendo don't. And I'm like, oh,
Never.
you just started a fire.
And I never played Sega games. I didn't care about Sega. Dreamcast ruled.
I was conflicted because I was a Nintendo fanboy, but I was also a really big Sonic fan.
I was a Dreamcast really ruled.
Never
I
been a
liked
fanboy.
Love
I
the
like,
Dreamcast so
Shenmue-
much. Still have one.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. But then now playing these Genesis games, I'm like, dude, these are really good, man. That's what I play Ultimate Mortal Kombat on.
Vector Man was hard as balls.
Dude,
Vector
wow.
Man.
Oh my God.
I would just say we bring Vector Man to Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Like,
Now that they own Sega.
that'd be really awesome.
That'd be interesting. Vector Man.
With Wild West, right?
That's where I get my comics. I get my games from GameStop.
You know what a good website to get games from, though? And they're all, well, they're classic games, but a good website is JJ Games.
JJ Games.
Free shipping
Oh, that's
on
nice.
any order. No minimum. It's real good, dude. I picked up like games for like $5 and came in like 3 days.
Oh, Jesus.
It's awesome. They got everything. Like they do have everything. They don't have the Xbox One or PlayStation 4 yet, but they've got all the way up to the
30
PlayStation
seconds.
30.
30.
I get that fucking pen there.
It'll go automatically.
And then we'll come in.
God, this time always goes by so
All right,
fast.
Morgan.
Yeah, everybody ready?
Time.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, and we're back with Level Bosses Hour number 2.
Put down your controllers, people.
Hadouken. It's very timely because what we're going to talk about this hour number 2. If you're just joining us, we are talking about E3. We're doing our E3 Spectacular, telling you all the news and stuff that matters, or stuff that really matters of E3. Just nerding out, basically. We're all nerding out. This is like our Super Bowl or our what's a nerd reference I could call this? Our Stanley Cup. That's for me. That's for me. All my hockey friends out there.
There you go.
But as always, you know, we're. My name's Jay.
Devin.
King.
Morgan.
All right, so this is hour number 2. Let's get right into it. Capcom released a really wild, crazy trailer for. Now let me get this name right. Super Ultra Dead Rising 3 Arcade Remix Hyper Edition EX Plus Alpha.
Tell me that's not actually what it's called.
No, that is
That is
exactly
what it's
yeah.
called.
In the trailer, it was so funny because they're like, "All right, everyone, check this out," and they're showing the different Capcom characters, you know, like Ryu and Ken in Dead Rising 3, and then they show the trailer, and it's like Super Ultra Dead Rising 3 Arcade, and it's just like,
There's, like,
stamping stuff everywhere on the screen.
Explosions and-
Yeah.
All right,
you know,
Capcom. This is
hardcoreness.
what I have to say to Capcom. I was mad at you for sacking Keiji Inafune and canceling Mega Man Legends 3. Now my anger is ebbing because I'm convinced y'all have lost your damn minds.
But
You
in a
know,
good
it was
way. This is
hilarious.
entertaining.
I thought it was pretty funny because, you know, Capcom, as a Street Fighter fan, they always release Street Fighter, whatever, and then
Super Street
and then Super Street
yeah.
Fighter, and then now they're going to release an Ultra Street Fighter, and they're probably going to release an Ultra Street Fighter Plus. I don't buy Street
Turbo,
Fighters
yeah.
anymore. I just wait until they're $3, and because they always release them every 6
Oh,
months.
yeah, and they're like, buy the Super Street Fighter Alpha Turbo, and you're like, cool, you get all the characters, and then it's
and
like,
skins. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it looks weird. I was never really a big Dead Rising fan, but
love it.
it's
all over it.
I mean, it looks wild now. Like they've just said, you know what? Forget the seriousness because the new Dead Rising came out with that trailer that was like kind of serious and
Yeah.
more like
The game, which is not serious at all.
no. And now it's just like forget it. We're Capcom. We just did a tab of acid and this is what we made. Yeah.
We don't care. And so yeah, it's cool because it's like they're transforming their moves into like Dead Rising is a zombie game. You kill zombies. You kill zombies and you craft weapons to kill zombies with. So now you get to
Wild
do it
weapons.
with Super Street Fighter characters like Ryu and Ken, and you throw the Hadoukens, and I'm sure you can do the Shoryuken.
Hadouken!
Things along, yeah, just so it's cool. I'm excited in the sense of I'm not gonna buy it. I'm just glad they're making it.
Yeah, I hope somebody buys that I know so I can go and play it. Because no, dude, I don't want to buy it. But it looks entertaining, and I watched the trailer a couple times, and I was like, dude, that's funny. That's funny.
I was laughing. The
yeah.
only other game that made me like seriously laugh was I can't think of the name of it. Sunset Overdrive.
Oh yeah, that looked really good too.
Yeah,
that
just well, the character himself in the trailer breaks the fourth wall, and he's like, "Do you think you can do this? Do you think you can do this?" And he's like, "Of course you can. You're an effing video. You're playing an effing video game." And so it was like good for them for making a Deadpool-esque style character who just doesn't care.
Oh man, Deadpool, yeah. So yeah, that's. I mean, look it up. Look up the trailer. If you're a Dead Rising fan, you're gonna be all over this. It's classic Dead Rising craziness, wild zombie killing. I think what excited me about it, they look like they have like new bosses now that you can fight, and one of the bosses looked like a zombified M. Bison, like huge giant M. Bison, and that looked pretty awesome. 4 players, so. But yeah, so that's the craziness coming out of Capcom.
Just a dumb, fun story.
Yeah. So now, let me talk about a little something that I was really excited about when I saw the indie game profile, I guess, the Microsoft conference. One of them, and the name of the game is called Never Alone, and it's a platformer puzzle game that basically, you know, like think Braid. Anyone?
I know. I've seen people play it. Never played it.
I remember Braid.
Yeah.
Okay, Braid. You know, platformer. Very, excuse me. Very atmospheric. Very, beautiful in its own way. This one is a little different. It's a game made by a company called Upper One, and it claims to be the first native-owned video game development company. Mm-hmm. So they're Native American. That's pretty awesome. And they're telling an Inuit story through video games. So this is a story that they've passed down for generations and now being told through the medium of video games.
That's sick.
You play as a girl and with her pet snow fox, and yeah,
there it goes.
I knew it was gonna get
That's
you.
all it
I
took.
need this in my life.
And it's gonna come out for Xbox One.
Okay, the Xbox has been redeemed.
Yeah,
So
so
absolutely sure this will be a game and not just an interactive movie like
No.
some of the later Final Fantasy games.
no, it's gonna be a
Oh.
game because it shows in the trailer. It shows like jumping, switching between characters, like the fox.
You can play the
Yeah,
fox.
you go play as a fox.
Very cool.
And in the trailer, oh my
I would
gosh,
never switch characters.
it looks so good. It looks so good, and it's spoken in their native language. And the narrator is basically telling us, this is how we're going to share our culture with you, the wider audience. And I think that's amazing. I hope more people do this. More people who want to share their ancient stories through this new medium, and perfect way to do it. It's going to come out this year. It's going to be $15. Xbox One, PC, Steam.
PS3, PS4.
No, they didn't say PS3 or 4 yet. So
it's probably one of those timed.
yeah. So I mean,
Kicking it to the curb. So
please support this. It's something that's near and dear to me. Yeah, that made me super excited. So
Yeah, Morgan. If Morgan plays this game, she's gonna play as the snow fox. She's gonna come to a puzzle, get stuck, and be like, "I'm not switching."
I'm not switching.
I'm
I'm
not
a
switching.
dang fox. Like, come on.
it looks so good, and look it up, and you'll just fall in love with it. It's
I'm
amazing.
gonna.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So.
I guess that'll be where Devin takes over to.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not playing a
No.
human.
No. So yeah, Battlefield Hardline.
Cops and robbers.
Yes. So the guys at Visceral who made Dead Space, apparently, if I really started thinking about it, they went from Dead Space to a Battlefield follow-up. They really kind of got restructured, which is kind of
Right.
sad. But holy crap, this game looks so cool. It's imagine as a kid, you're playing Cops and Robbers with your buddies. Now you might have 4 friends, but you're playing with 20 people in your mind, and you're trying to dodge all these. Well, this is exactly what it is. Battlefield is known for their warfare-style games. They're bringing it to large-scale cities. They're making it, I believe, 16 on 16 cops versus robbers. There's not going to be tanks. There is going to be helicopters, but not like
helicopters.
Apache. Not like there's going to be motorcycles, regular cars, and so obviously the
cars.
robbers, they have a designated point that they need to get to, get the loot, and then get out. It's a large-scale bank robbery.
Capture the flag. It seems like a capture the
And
flag
this is the
mechanic.
setting of the entire game.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what's weird about this whole thing
This
is
is a Battlefield game I might actually get. Is that what you're telling me?
that's what I'm excited about. I'm kind of tired with the whole like military
Likewise.
tropes, and so for them to go like, hey, what does everyone want? Everyone wants cops and robbers. Like they did pay, or they didn't make Payday, but Payday came out. It was cool, 4-player, play how you want to. But this is just like, hey, run, gun, or you're gonna die, respawn, truck through all this stuff, get on a motorcycle, take down a helicopter, and
Well, if you're, I was watching the trailer. It didn't look like they were respawning. Actually, it looks like once you die, like it's like that could just be one mode.
that
but-
would be my favorite mode then.
Last
Yeah.
man standing.
Yes,
I
or
am
no,
down.
no. Think Counter-Strike
Oh,
via
dude.
Battlefield.
That it looks awesome. It looks pretty cool. I dig it. I think it's
Oh no! Okay, all right. So like, so if you don't get to respawn, like
Then you
that
play-
changes everything.
you
Like,
play much safer. You
Yeah.
don't just run in like a weirdo and
yeah, you're
die
not
and
gonna
then
go
come back.
Leroy Jenkins. Just say Leroy, and you're not just gonna run in there, die. Okay, respawn. Yeah. It's crazy cool that, and it came like it got leaked, and then they're like, okay, this is what we're actually doing. My only complaint is like it's so close since the last Battlefield, and then EA was sort of like, oh, don't wait, guys, like we're still working on Battlefield 4 because that game is still broken.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make this new one, or Visceral's gonna make it.
I don't know. Visceral kind of broke my heart with what is it? The
Dead
last
Space
Dead
3?
Space 3.
Yeah.
But they did more action in Dead Space 3, so
By the looks of
They're-
it, if the trailers have any indication as to what this game is going to be, it is going to be like perfect. It is what Battlefield needs. Brendon.
Oh, moving on. Stepping back into the big red circle. What I'm really excited for that we're finally getting some information about. The anticipated Nintendo Tecmo Koei collaboration Hyrule Warriors. This is going to combine the gameplay of Dynasty Warriors, for those of you who are familiar with the series.
Yes, I love it.
The traveling, the hack and slash with Zelda settings and characters.
Just a
So
good
sick.
sit down, just hit a bunch of buttons and keep going.
Yeah.
Turn your brain off.
Turn your brain off and
Hulk
cut
smash.
things, basically.
Did it look like they were putting a lot of characters on the screen to beat up?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
This
cool.
it's gonna be a lot more combat oriented than any previous Zelda game.
Wow.
You're still getting a lot of Link's weapons. He's got swords, bombs. His patented spin attack is coming back. You're
Awesome.
still gonna
Love
run
it.
around discovering item chests. But there are gonna be RPG elements to it as well.
Cool.
Character and level weapon. Character and level. No.
Somebody's excited.
Character and weapon leveling up.
Leveling.
That's
Oh,
how you
that's
say that
sick.
sentence.
Wow.
But
Are you gonna have a horse on this one?
I haven't seen about a horse yet.
You gotta have a horse.
Man, my
I mean,
horse
that's
was
just-
my horse was named Rasputin. I keep naming my horses Rasputin.
We're gonna.
and-
This is gonna be like This is gonna be a lot more large scale though. It's like you're fighting a war. So we may get a horse. I'm not certain yet. You get to what I saw was really cool. A feature we saw was that you get to see your forces on the battlefield. You can see when we're in danger on this front, and you can ride out to assist them in battle.
That's
That's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool, man. And Wii U. This is
Wii
a
U.
big get for Wii U. It looks really cool.
Nintendo's really stepping up its game, and that makes me happy. It is going to have a 2-player co-op mode. It is not split screen, so you have to stick together and coordinate well.
Nice.
That's going to be
Nice.
interesting.
That's going to be really cool. It looks. I'm excited about it. If I had a Wii U, I would
And
probably.
may I say, this is something that I've been saying the series needs to have done for a while. We are getting Zelda as a playable character. I've seen
hey.
her in battle, and it is
No.
awesome.
Zelda or
Finally.
Sheik?
Zelda.
Zelda. But I've seen 4 playable characters so far. We've got Link, naturally. We have Zelda. We have Impa, Zelda's Sheikah attendant, for those of
Yeah.
you who remember. We get to see what she's made of finally.
Awesome.
And Midna, for those of you
Oh,
who
dude.
remember Twilight Princess.
Really?
Yes.
That's the
Nice.
only one I remember.
I'm very much looking forward to this, and we've gotten a release date. It is coming out this year, September 26th, exactly 1 week after I go to England. So I have a particular gesture for the people at Nintendo right now. I'm still going to get the game. I might just take the Wii U with me.
There you go. Try to figure out how to play it out there.
Yeah, right?
Perfect. All right. So mine, again, kind of goes off on its own left field deal. Another thing I was pretty excited about was Sims 4. I don't know if you all...
Who doesn't love The Sims?
Okay, I wasn't
This guy
sure.
doesn't.
There you go, exactly. I was always the computer gamer. I was the one playing MMOs and stuff. And then every once in a while, I shut everybody out, and I made people. I played God. So
That's so awesome. Every time I made myself in Sims,
Yeah.
I would get like super dirty, and then I would die trying to cook something. And I'm like, dude, come on,
there you
man.
go, yeah. Well, good thing you're still with us.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, that's how I'm gonna go.
Foreshadowing much?
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, what they showed in E3 was kind of like this trailer of this dude going through like the emotional ups and downs of Sims. And to me, it kind of seemed like Sims 4 has created more emotional characters. I mean, in the past Sims, you had these characters that were throwing fits. They were, getting mad if they couldn't pass through a door. They were yelling at each other if you walked in on them in the bathroom. But there was never any consequence to their emotion. But
Like
at the
very
E3,
cartoon. Yeah.
yeah, it showed this guy that got in a fight with this old lady and ended up just angry the whole next day, and his whole day was pretty much ruined because of this emotion. So it's kind of interesting to see that they're taking that kind of approach to it. It's not, oh, here's more stuff, oh, here's more land, oh, here's more things you can do. It's your characters are emotional, and they're going to be acting on those emotions until you do something about it.
That seems, oh man, that seems a little eerie. It's like
Exactly.
the ghost in the machine. They're just gonna be
Right.
like, hey man, come on. They're gonna look at us and be like,
Uh-huh.
no, come on, dude, I'm
I mean, 'cause
alive.
the-
I'm a real boy.
That's the thing is the cool thing about The Sims is how much you could control your sim.
Yeah.
But now it's like, well, how is this new feature going to make it slip out of your hands? Where's it going to go?
It's gonna be like, I used to make graveyards in my Sims, and that means you have to kill
Wow.
a lot of Sims to make a
Oh,
graveyard.
gosh.
And now I don't know if I could do that now.
They're too
'cause
emotional, can't kill them.
they're too sad.
But one of the cool things that stood out to me, though, was the customization now. It's more in depth. Like, you can go over and grab your person's nose and, fix it and pull it apart. It's not just
Wow.
these little levels or, predetermined. It's like you can sit there and you can go in depth with these characters. I usually
That's-
didn't go that crazy with it. I was always the house builder type. But, they're getting really detailed with it. So I'm
So-
pretty excited to see where that goes.
So that's EA, right?
Yes.
So you might want to wait a few weeks to buy it because
Yeah.
their servers might be broke. But it looks cool. I'm a Sims guy. I like Sims.
EA's had that problem with its servers.
Titanfall. Oh yeah.
So moving on, I think we have a break coming up.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that's a little bit more news for you. Hopefully we didn't overwhelm you. Your nerdness. People's nerd brains are blowing up all over the
Right.
internet. So please stay with us. We'll be back with our E3 spectacular. Level bosses.
No, something we have. Oh, so is that so? We just switch those? Okay.
Yeah.
That's the Game of Thrones song.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking.
So now, yeah.
'Cause
So
that-
we want to end it with the death.
Okay. All right. No, that made. I was just like, wait a second. Why?
Yeah.
Why does that there twice? Oh my God.
What happened? So we've
Nothing,
already
we're
talked about the death of the next gen.
Old gen. PlayStation 3 and Xbox
Just so
360.
you know, Charlie, CJ Beardew, Twitter, he says...
He's an idiot.
He's opinionated. He says, I respect, honor, and love where games have come from, but that doesn't mean I still want to play them in the same way. He's all about next-gen expectations.
Well, he goes on and says, I personally think that couch co-op is a thing of the past due to the current state of internet graphics, etc. Like, that makes no sense because people are pushing co-op games. Like, you think of Evolve and Destiny, like they're like these MMO style co-op games. They're co-op. They're based around co-op.
Hey, what do they say in the Game of Thrones? If you play, you're dead.
There you go.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no in
I'm
between.
gonna come back with that.
So wait, what was our main point about the death of old Jen? Is it old
Is
Jen?
is it dead? Is it die? Is this E3
Oh.
putting the
Oh,
Putting it
off.
yes,
putting it-
because-
Putting the previous gen out
Okay,
to
because I was
pasture.
talking about before, like, no, next gen hasn't been making a good
I
appearance
think
to
E3
me.
really
if you-
showed the presence of.
one more
Yeah.
time, Brendan, if you
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
okay.
All right, 10 seconds. 9, 8. Oh no, wait.
It's going to Cello Wars, right?
All right, and we're back. And remember, when you play the Game of Thrones, either you win or you die.
There is no tweet.
We're back.
Oh.
Level Bosses is back. So, thank you. And we were just talking about our E3 spectacular.
We just got another Facebook message. Antonio strikes again. Is no one excited for Assassin's Creed Unity? What's wrong with you people? All caps.
No, we are actually very excited about it. That was something we were going to bring up during the couch co-op, which was that a brilliant co-op game. Wow.
4-player co-op story mode.
Like,
I presume.
who saw that coming? I certainly didn't. And then
Not from
how
Ubisoft.
how they presented it was brilliant in E3. I was just like all over that.
I guess
In
our,
trailer.
our thing is like everyone's talking about that, and we're trying to like shed light on things that aren't, that are just as cool. I mean, of course, everyone's going to talk about, Assassin's Creed, because who doesn't want to pull out the bourgeoisie and make them pay? Come on. I'm all about that. I really, really am all
My
about
Hidden
that.
Blade, Marie Antoinette. All I'm saying.
so what I want to talk about, though, are remakes.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of those lately, aren't we?
Remakes.
Can we think of cumulatively what kicked it off? Would you say like Halo 1 remastered?
Let's
kicked
go
off-
back.
Combat Evolved CE anniversary.
Back before that.
No, but
I
I'm
would
talking
say-
like these HD up-res style.
Man, they've been
legitimate
doing.
remake. Like they remake the game, not.
Okay. It started honestly with Super Mario All Stars.
Yep. I still
And-
have that cartridge.
Yeah, Super Mario All Stars. They just remade all the Mario games, put it on one cartridge. They're like, oh, that's weird. And then it just kind of has been building until now. It's like,
Fun fact about Super Mario All-Stars that I'm willing to bet Jay knows, the rest of you out there might not. In Super Mario All-Stars, one of the games included, Super Mario Brothers The Lost Levels, was originally supposed to be Super Mario Brothers 2, and in fact, in Japan, is Super Mario Brothers 2. But the fact that it's hard as balls meant that the developers thought it might not appeal to American audiences.
because we were soft and squishy.
Because we're soft and squishy.
So, I mean, I think it started kind of there, like, hey, let's just bring something from the old consoles or the old generation to a new generation. And it's kind of always happened. It just now it's like, I mean, yeah, let's do HD remakes of, I picked up God of War 1 and 2 HD remake. I also picked up, Shadow of Colossus and Ico remake. And it's like, cool. It's like buying a DVD and then like waiting 10, 15 years and then buying the Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
So then, what remakes got announced here at E3?
The one that made me kind of squeal like a schoolgirl, I don't care. Go ahead, internet.
Admit it.
I'm going to just admit it. I'm a nerd. Grim Fandango.
No idea what it is.
Oh, man, it's Tim Schafer at his.
I know Tim Schafer.
Yeah, it's like.
Now I know because
Not personally, but
It's one of his older games on the PC, and it's like a mystery / Day of the Dead game, and basically it's like set in a world.
he plays the Grim Reaper.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, sick.
and he's kind of like a
And
detective.
it's got
you
that
gotta-
cartoony style.
yeah,
look
like
to
of
it,
the Day
yeah.
of the Dead, and a lot of people have like Spanish accents. Like, oh, dude, it's so great, and it's got Tim Schafer's humor, and it made me squeal. Like, that's my squeal voice.
That's adorable.
And but that was one remake. Of course, the other big remake, the Halo Master Chief series,
The
All
Master
over
Chief
that.
Collection.
Master
So
Chief Collection.
cool.
So
I was
that
not
series.
expecting him to go that far, especially Halo 4. Halo 3 is understandable. Halo 4 was like, wow.
Especially since Halo 4 is the start of a new series.
But I guess it makes sense because 343 already made Halo
Right.
4, so they could just say, all right, boom, up res.
And
Something. Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just with remakes. Do they generally remake them for the next gen console? Is that how
Yeah.
it usually goes about?
So like you look at Resident Evil 4, it originally came out on the Nintendo GameCube. As consecutive consoles came out, they would try to push the capabilities of that system, with the
Okay.
most recent one being PC, and they push the boundaries as far as they can go. Some people cop out and they're just like, okay, we're just gonna
Do an
update these
HD.
textures.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, because that's one thing I got excited about was the fact that they were taking it from the old gen and bringing it to the next gen. And I was just like, good job for you, you know?
I'm down
Yeah,
for some remastered Halo too.
I mean, yeah, it seems awesome, and I dig it. I mean, I have no problem with Blu-rays coming out of movies that I love. Doesn't mean I'm gonna buy them, but if I didn't own it, dude, I'd buy it, right? I dig it. I have no problem with that, right? Why not? Why not experience a movie or a game in whatever console that you have? I think it's bringing these games to the masses.
Yeah.
I'm all about gamers. I think gamers should play these old games, and if they need to play them in high fidelity, whatever,
That's what's
now
awesome.
you can.
That's what's awesome about this is you have the option to play it in the original graphics.
Mm-hmm.
It's like for some of us who grew up playing this, those graphics have a charm.
Yeah,
you know, you don't
exactly.
have to play it with the best looking graphics. I wish this generation would understand that. But I do have a game I just thought of that is getting remade.
Yeah.
Like my most anticipated game of like the past 10 years. They're remaking Road Rash.
Oh, dude.
Yes, they're
That
calling
is
it Road
all he's been
Redemption.
talking
They're
about.
calling it Road Redemption, which I think is a stupid
Road Rash
crap
is
name.
so
but-
good. So
Yeah.
good. I played it so much.
The trailer has like twisters and cops and sledgehammers
Really?
and dynamite. Like you can throw dynamite on the ground and like or C4 and then blow it up at somebody's and you just see their body just fly. I was going nuts
Nice.
over this.
So yeah, man, that's a 16-bit era game. That I loved Road Rash. I used to play the heck out of that
When
game.
I went back to Chicago, I mean not that when I still lived in Chicago, we're a group of like 24, 23-year-old guys and we have this N64 and we're all huddled around like this monitor playing and we're just going nuts. Like people from other floors are coming in like what are you guys doing? They're playing Road
awesome.
Rash. So
I mean, and of course, the other remake that we have to mention is The Last of Us HD Collection. HD.
can that be considered a remake?
Didn't that just
They're-
come out?
They're putting it all together and releasing it, remaking it on.
Now when you say putting it all together, is this including DLC?
with the Left Behind DLC.
Okay. DLC meaning downloadable content that does not come with the game.
Yeah.
as
Tony,
it
I
should.
know you want our money, but didn't The Last of Us just come out?
Yeah, but if you own a PlayStation 4 and you didn't really play it, or you just want to play it on your PlayStation 4, that's how you do it.
There were
And-
people like me who just generally played the Wii or the Xbox 360 for the entire last generation, not out of just how it happened. So there are games like Uncharted and Tomb Raider or The Last of Us that are pinnacle games for a console that you never got to play, so they transform over to PS4 for whatever reason, and it's like, okay, well here you go, and so they're gonna make a ton of money off of this.
Yeah. I mean, and it
Especially for this-
looks amazing, and it's an amazing game. It really was the best game last year, and the remake might be the best. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say the remake is going to be the best game this year, but it's going to be an awesome game. And if you haven't played it and you have a PlayStation 4, you should be super excited about it. The last remake I want to mention is Another World, which is out of this world. Okay, it came out for the Nintendo 64, the Super Nintendo and the Genesis.
Old school.
And it was called Out of This World, and it's so different. It's like cel-shaded, and it's like kind of realistic movements. It blew my mind when I rented it from like my little rental shop in Grand Prairie, Jar Nintendo, and it blew my mind. And they're remaking it because it's been out for 20 years, and I'm so
Wow.
old. So, anyways, those are the remakes. If you have any remakes you want to tell us about, please hit us up on Twitter at LevelBosses or on Facebook, LevelBosses. So,
Do not mention Alpha Ruby and Omega Sapphire.
yeah, no, please don't. Come on
Started
now.
already.
The next big thing that I want to talk about is hand-drawn
Yeah,
games.
there was a ton of
There's
great
some
looking
really,
ones coming
really
out.
great looking.
What are those, guys?
They're drawn by hand video games, and that's it. No, just kidding.
Yeah, done,
That's
done.
it. That show over. No, they're. Did anyone play the DuckTales that came out last year?
Nope.
No.
DuckTales last
Yeah.
year? What?
Yeah, they re-released
Yeah.
DuckTales, and they
Wow.
hand-drawn all the sprites, and they got the actors that did the original voices to do
What?
Scrooge McDuck and all that.
No
That's
way.
And in fact, like
great.
one of the actors is dead, so they kind of compiled all of his from all of the episodes and just
Wow.
remade him in this game. It's amazing, but it's hand drawn, and then like Rayman Legend or Rayman Legends is the name.
Sprites in Rayman are hand drawn?
Yes,
Huh.
Dang.
and so like.
I learned something today.
And now, I mean, that tradition is carried over to the C3. There's a few games that look kind of amazing that are hand-drawn. One in particular that's, oh my gosh, that's got me super excited by Ubisoft is Valiant Heart.
Oh.
It looks like one of those games that you don't play for fun. You kind of play to get a little bummed out, dude. And
Get emotional.
That trailer was, you see this dog and the soldier, and you hear, this is my letter to you, and you're like, oh man, this is so cool. Like the man is writing to his dog, and as it progresses, you realize that it's the dog talking, which makes me hope that you kind of play this game from the dog's perspective.
I think you do. I think
Yeah.
that's
That's what the gameplay was showing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looks, and it's about World War I, which if to my knowledge, nobody's alive that participated in that war, and we don't need
The dog's gonna die.
They do die after like 12 or
Dogs
13
die.
years.
After 12
tend
years,
to do that.
animals die.
They go next door. They don't die. They just go. They went.
They go to sleep, okay? Caboose
Okay.
already settled this.
No,
The sleeping people.
no. I mean, it's World War One, and it's
I'll put you to
something in our history as humans that we don't need to. We shouldn't forget, right?
Yeah.
And this is carrying on that story in video game form, and it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. I mean, I don't have any other word to describe it. And
Yeah.
sad and tragic and just all those things. And it's done by Ubisoft, who also did that Rayman game that I mentioned. So they have experience doing
definitely.
hand-drawn. And definitely look it up. It's coming out for Xbox One and PC. And I don't know.
PS4.
Yeah, probably PS4. I mean,
all of
Call
these.
it the X-Bone. I'm proud of you.
all of these games, all of these indie games, I have yet to see one that is going to be permanently exclusive.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
these are indie developers. If you want them to make another game, we need to make it accessible to everything.
Right.
That being said,
Make the money.
Microsoft does have that parity clause where they have to release. It's really convoluted and dumb, but Valiant Heart's so good looking.
It looks so good. I mean, it looks so good. And another weird game that kind of I watched the trailer right before I went to sleep, and I'm not lying, it gave me nightmares.
Whoa.
It's called Cuphead,
Cuphead.
and
Like
it's
CUP?
Oh, right.
CUP.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bad joke.
awkward.
No, yeah, Cuphead, and it looks like those old Mickey Mouse cartoons from the 30s.
Now I know what you're talking about. It suddenly hit me.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's really very weird and demented, but all the sprites are hand drawn, and it looks.
Jeez.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that game. It looks like it's an unintentional horror game.
Yeah.
Because like it starts off like don't deal like the full name is Cuphead : Don't Deal with the Devil, and
yeah.
it shows a devil, and I don't know if they meant this to be true or whatever, but cartoons from the 30s were incredibly racist.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh my God.
the devil kind of looks a little like, hey man, come on. I don't know, but
Go look it up and let us know what you think.
yeah, look it up, and it's hand drawn. So
There you
it's
go.
one of those. It's another hand drawn game, and
I want to talk about one that I've been I don't know. I haven't been playing. I've been watching Devin play, and it's Transistor. That is a gorgeously
Beautiful game. I just don't know why it's so hard for me to finish it. It's like I have
Which
no
is so-
desire to go
yeah.
back to it. Just
Really?
I don't like the combat. It's It's unique, but the game itself is unabashedly just beautiful.
So gorgeous, and also just how it glows in its own right, and it's just. I enjoyed watching Devin play because I got to catch things that he wasn't really watching. And I think that's one of the things that I really like, being a kind of like, shotgun rider to these things.
For certain games.
Yeah, exactly. Like Transistor. Yeah. It's just I get to just watch, and it's just so beautiful. And then even the little, the video, why am I blanking out on the words?
I have no idea.
The cutscenes. Just so
FMV.
Oh my gosh. And I love you all for making Transistor, and I'm gonna go play it because he won't.
I really like these hand-drawn games. I love DuckTales, and I don't own it, and my birthday's coming up, so if anyone wants to buy me.
Well, they just give such a different flavor to games. I mean, we get all these, here's high def, this looks so great, it's so realistic, but there's just something so beautiful about getting hand-drawn, artistic, and so different to the eye.
And in 20 years, these games are going to look just as good. Yep. Because they're going to age
very well.
So well, and they're not going to be like, oh god, that's a polygon, gross.
They're going to age like Robert Downey Jr.
Oh yeah, totally. Did we have somebody trying to?
Yeah, Antonio said, is no one excited for Assassin's Creed Unity?
We talked about that.
Yeah.
You wanted to mention something though?
Well, I just want to say I'm super excited for it. I think it's cool to just be like, to play with your buddies for whatever that is nowadays. To be like, when I was watching them play that at the E3, I was like, oh, cool, look, Assassin's Creed. I don't really care about that. What the heck? Another Assassin? Like, oh, somebody's playing. Like, that was cool.
I think that kind of redeemed it for them.
Yeah. They have to do something. But, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, everybody's excited about Assassin's Creed. I mean, we all are. Totally, like I said, I'm going to pull out the bourgeoisie. So, but please, we're going to take a quick break. Everyone stay with us with our E3 Spectacular. We are the LevelBosses.
LevelBosses.
Where were you when we talked about that?
Not here.
Yeah, we totally talked about that.
For now on, we all need to share what we're about to talk about so we don't do that again.
You can
no.
hear it right here.
DuckTales is Capcom. I think it's Capcom. Ubisoft did.
It's going a little slow.
I can't hear him talking.
Ubisoft did.
Oh, which one are you talking about?
It's definitely going slow.
Is it the version?
No, this came right from what I uploaded.
I still like it.
Oh yeah, no, it's badass.
Getting in motion. Good job, T.
Oh, it's 6:30 already. 6:36 already. These shows go so fast.
Which song is this?
This is Cello Wars by the Piano Guys.
Oh, thank you.
They used the new Star Wars. You weren't there, man.
What?
I still have a hole in my heart from 1999.
I was there.
Okay, waiting in line. Then it was like, this scroll looks weird. Whatever, Trade Wars, that doesn't look right. And then it's like 2 hours into it, I'm like, the Force was not with me. I would have turned off the projector.
So who is Charlie?
He's a friend from Chicago.
Pre-order Destiny to get access to the beta.
So awesome.
Oh, you're a Korra fan?
No.
I mean, I just saw IGN do that, but I mean, I used to watch it. But I mean, not The Legend of Korra, but I watched the Avatar before all this went down. So it's just weird seeing her still growing up.
Yeah, it's a great series. I can't wait for the third season.
I got got one thing done.
Seriously though, that fox.
No, yeah, we're gonna come back on.
Yes, Morgan, you're excited.
Stop it at 52.
Did you not see how adorable?
It looks amazing, and there's like a scene where she's like hugging it, and it's not moving, and I'm like, oh no!
Don't tell me that.
Oh, no! And then it's like, oh.
She might actually legitimately cry if something like that were to happen.
I'm sure.
We follow a fan account called One Last Survivor. Last of Us fan.
Sure.
They're on
I guess so. I mean, what are they? What?
They retweeted our big Sunday.
Oh, we're coming back.
Are we back?
Okay, and we're back. The force is strong with us, like always.
Morgan is squealing in joy. What are you watching?
I might be watching trailer for Never Alone.
Oh, is that the fox one?
That's the fox one.
She's just sitting over there in their chair. She's just, oh my gosh. Just
And
I
here
told
I
you.
thought you were getting excited about that new season of Korra.
Oh, I was
Sad
excited
news.
about that too. Right before that, there you go.
So, thank you for joining us. We are still doing our E3 spectacular. All right, guys, let's get back to it. So with this E3, almost there's like what, one more day, right?
yeah, one more day. No real announcements left
Okay.
at this point.
Okay, so with this E3, most of the games are PlayStation 4 or Xbox One or Wii U.
Or Wii U.
We keep forgetting the little Wii U, the little Wii U that could. That's what we're gonna call them.
It has really, this E3 has really pumped that sucker up.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. But what I'm noticing is no Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 games.
If there are, they're just not talking about it, which excites me. We've finally transitioned, at the very least, from making Xbox 360, PS3 games and up-resing them to PS4, Xbox One.
Yeah.
And we are now at the point where we're making Xbox One and PS4 games and down-resing them to the last gen.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, but is this the E3 that the last gen, is it the nail in the coffin?
I really think so. I mean, I don't know if it was the last episode or 2 or whatever, I was really complaining that next gen had nothing. They pushed out these systems and there was nothing. I was like, that killed the hype for me.
Mhm.
All of a sudden this E3 swoops in and we have so many great games coming up and so many great opportunities that I feel like here it is. Here's our next gen. It
Guess I'm
just
going to
took-
have to finally go and buy a One.
No,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
or-
say so
or
because I
4.
think that the Wii U has really come out with some great stuff as well.
Yeah.
And I want it now. I mean, with all this co-op stuff, no couch co-op.
Oh no, I already
mean,
have a Wii U, so not to say I'm not satisfied, but that Master Chief collection, maybe
enticing, huh?
maybe.
Yeah, I know. I mean, PlayStation 4 is looking really good to me.
Oh, I
and
want
it's
one of those
like,
too.
I'm sorry, is Sony doing a thing at E3?
oh, man.
Oh.
You know,
Sony
okay.
did a lot.
You
at
know,
E3.
Sony and Nintendo had a partnership, and we'll talk about that a little bit on another
another
episode.
day.
But anyways,
Certainly.
so if this isn't the nail in the coffin of the old gen, this is definitely the coffin closing because it's like,
Well, you look at the games that are coming out. The games that I'm personally excited about. You have Alien Isolation, you have Evolve, you have Destiny. Those games, those 3 AAA
Assassin's
Creed,
Creed.
Unity, they
Battlefield.
Are, you have The Crew, I believe. You have Forza. Actually, this is the only weird thing. These third-party developers are making games for the next-gen consoles specifically. Microsoft came out and said, oh, we're going to release Forza for the Xbox 360. And it's like, come on, dude, just dismiss it. It's done. Like, I think
It had a good run.
it
It's
lasted. It lasted like what, 7 years?
10.
Longer.
10 years? Yeah, it's like we're done. Move on. And this excites me because now that Microsoft has officially adjusted the price of the Xbox One,
Yeah.
Sony and Microsoft and heck Nintendo at this point, which I'm completely flabbergasted to say this, but you have 3 consoles. And as soon as Nintendo starts rolling these games out, people are going to really start not looking at the gamepad. Nobody cares about the gamepad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, sorry.
Ow.
I just
okay, so like right now, Nintendo's selling refurbished models for like $200.
$200?
Yeah.
1 year
Xbox-
warranty.
Xbox One is like $400.
Yeah.
And It's $399.
No.
It's $399.
$399. Okay.
So 400. Well, it's technically
Without the
400.
Connect.
Yeah,
I
without
understand,
Connect.
yeah.
So $400, and PlayStation 4 is $400. So you can get an entire next gen for $1,000 about, if I'm doing my math right.
If you've got that kind of
No
bag.
taxes, but I mean, like, so all these are coming down in price. We will probably see another price drop, maybe around Christmas time.
I don't foresee Nintendo doing another price drop.
I bet
Likewise.
you Sony might do one.
I think Nintendo might come out and say, "Hey, look, buy the Zelda package, and you'll get like a percentage."
Right.
And you know what?
But-
It works. I
Yeah.
wasn't planning to buy. Back last year, I wasn't planning to buy a Wii U until around the holiday season. Then they announced that Zelda bundle with the special gamepad, and it came with Wind Waker, and I'm like, you just
Where
want
was
my
I
money, don't you,
during
Nintendo?
that?
That's awesome. I mean, Wind Waker is such a good game too.
Yes, it is.
But I don't know. I still have my Nintendo NES, and I'm waiting for Nintendo to bring support back for that. You know. But no, I mean, I guess I'm a Luddite, and I love playing old games because I think there's no such thing as an old game. There's just good games, and no matter what console or whatever they come out for. But that being said, dude, I mean, I'm gonna have to upgrade at some point, and that Assassin's Creed 4 looks awesome, and I mean, all these games. No Man's Sky is gonna be, it's not gonna be on the old gen, and if I really want to play that, dude,
It's probably going to come to PC, and that's sort of something of like a different discussion of like PCs versus consoles
Right.
at this point, because so many games are coming out, and some guys that I listened to, they said when they were watching this happen, they were watching them play Halo, and when they went to play the game, it had a mouse cursor on the screen until they activated the Xbox controller, which really leads some speculation to think Microsoft is really doing a heavy PC push. So are they going to bring this Master Chief Collection to PC? Because if they do that, I literally think like gamers might implode.
I get to headshot nerds sitting at their computers as well.
There you
Awesome.
go.
yeah, I don't mind it. These consoles had a good run, and it's going to be great for me because I'm going to get to pick up all these old games that are still really good for really cheap.
Pick them up now, because if anything, like game over some of these games, and it's not their fault. It's just the appreciation of games goes up. If it's a good game, you try to find a golden eye. It's still going to cost you like 30
bucks.
yeah, like 30 50 bucks.
Well, yeah, we got
It's-
a Mario Kart for the N64 at 30.
Yeah.
It was
It's like game prices don't. If it's a good solid game, you think of Smash Brothers. I saw a Smash Brothers being sold for $100. It was still
What?
sealed.
Yeah.
Still sealed.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Yeah, no,
it's
I mean,
amazing how this.
there's a lot of games, and I do a little bit of video game collecting. I have a problem with game collectors who just collect to collect, and no, I mean
That's not okay.
That's not. But I have that's another discussion. But yeah, so like this E3 is definitely everyone
that
who
push.
everyone who bought a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and Wii U. This E3 was y'all's.
Yep.
yeah.
This E3 is not everyone's. This E3 is like,
No,
man,
you could,
finally
you could
the next
really
generation.
Feel it. I mean, when we first bought our system, it was such a disappointment when games were coming out because it was still 360, it was still PS3, it was still old gen, and I was just like, why did we buy this system? What are we doing? There's
Right.
no games for us to play.
Right.
All of a sudden, this E3, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better about our purchase. I still want the PS4 and
Does-
Wii U over an
You know what I
Xbox One,
just
but-
realized? Microsoft
No, I'm teasing.
Microsoft started making that push even before E3, because I just recalled the new game in the Batman Arkham series, Arkham Knight, is going to be exclusively next gen.
Yeah, Arkham Knight. Oh man, that looks so good. It looks so good.
Those
but
Arkham games.
does anyone
Yeah.
remember E3 2007, the year after the Xbox 360 came out?
I don't know what
Are
you're
all
getting
you
at.
listeners
I'm-
out there
yeah.
giving Jay the same look I'm giving him right
Yeah,
now?
okay, so
That says,
Xbox
"I don't
360
remember what I
came
had
out.
for breakfast."
Xbox 360 came out, and there were no games to play. And then the next year, there was like all these awesome games like Assassin's Creed, the original Assassin's Creed,
There you go.
Gears of War. I mean, Like
Now that you're talking, yeah, I
all these
remember.
games came out in 2007, so it's like the year after the next gen titles, or after the next gen consoles. That's when you get the big games, and that's what this E3 was. That's why this E3 was so big, because it's a year after the consoles came out. I mean, of course, the Wii U's been out for 2 years almost
Has it been
now.
2 years already? It's about time
Wow.
they stepped up their game.
Yeah. So, but
I'll follow
I
that
keep
level.
forgetting that the Wii U is a next gen console. Well, current gen console now. And but no, I mean, it's always like that. Every time there's a console release, just wait until the next year, and then that's when you get all the games at E3. And they looked amazing. I mean, they looked amazing. They really did. I'm excited. I'm excited for everyone who bought one of those consoles. Sony, if you want to send me a console, I will give you a fair review. or Xbox. Hey, how about y'all race to see who gets me a console first?
Oh,
Go.
and I want Wii U.
And Nintendo. And
yeah,
Nintendo.
There you go. I'll
Message
give you also a female's point of view of games.
There we go.
Message in from Ivy Hawk, who is actually continuing to watch E3 rather than listening to us.
Oh.
Motion
Ooh.
controls for Splatoon.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me read that.
That's all she said.
Motion controls for Splatoon. So what does that entail?
I don't know, but considering
Well,
we're going to be using the
give
map
us
on
more
the
It's
gamepad.
they
details.
show like the gamepad you can control, like if you're shooting up or down. It's optional. Like I would
okay.
prefer to use a Wii controller to like
Right.
shoot faster.
That's sick.
That's
I'm
awesome.
so excited.
Move that around. So I mean, it's cool.
So,
The
so
thing-
Wii U's like finally Wii U stepped up their game.
Thrill me, Nintendo.
Yeah, what is it? They have like Splatoon, a new Kirby game, Smash Brothers,
Yes.
Zelda,
Mario-
Star Fox.
Oh, I've been waiting for the